The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. This is the testimony of John. When the Jews from Jerusalem sent priests and Levites to him to ask him, "Who are you?" he admitted and did not deny it, but admitted, "I am not the Christ." So they asked him, "What are you then? Are you Elijah?" And he said, "I am not." "Are you the prophet?" He answered, "No." So they said to him, "Who are you? So we can give an answer to those who sent us. What do you have to say for yourself?" He said, "I am the voice of one crying out in the desert, 'Make straight the way of the Lord,' as Isaiah the prophet said." Some Pharisees were also sent. They asked him, "Why then do you baptize if you are not the Christ or Elijah or the prophet?" And Jesus answered them, "I baptize with water, but there is one among you whom you do not recognize, the one who is coming after me, whose sandal strap I am not worthy to untie." Now this happened in Bethany across the Jordan, where John was baptizing. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
In this interim time between the celebration of Christmas and Epiphany, which will be next Sunday, the church carries on kind of a long octave of understanding of what this whole mystery is about. And the readings, especially from John's letters and from the gospel text, talk about the whole kind of plan and progression, if you will, of the salvation event. From the introduction of it by John the Baptist, in turn for the birth of Jesus, and ultimately the manifestation as to who God is in Jesus Christ. And both yesterday and today, we're hearing again about John the Baptist, that precursor, the one who kind of ended the Old Testament tradition and began the new one in preparing for the Lord. And it is John who in turn is sort of an example for you and for me in our own life journeys, that we too must be preparers for the Lord, making aware to those around us the fact that indeed God is alive and well. We live in a world that's becoming that much more secularized, sadly, to the point that it's really lost a lot of the understanding and commitment as to what the gospel is all about. We're seeing on Christmas Day trees out on sidewalks as they quickly move into something else. And probably, I haven't been into the stores, but probably the stores already are beginning to move towards things for Valentine's Day. We so quickly forget the real message of what this time and era is about. So even though the world has already begun to forget, we as Christians continue to celebrate the mystery of Christ's birth, and will do so until the Feast of the Epiphany.